Before we run this year, I think it's important that we look back and look at last year's New York City Marathon, which I ran. I had a blast, but not everything went as planned. The day started for me around 5:30 a.m. I was staying in Midtown Manhattan, which was great. It sucks you really don't get that much sleep because you got to make your way to the VIP bus and then take that bus over to the starting line, which is in Staten Island, which is not close to Manhattan. At this point, I was just worried about getting food in and getting enough nutrition in to set my day up well.
Got to walk like 5 blocks. So this is my transportation to get down to the marathon start. I'm starting at 10:40. It's about 5:30 a.m. right now, but I feel good, I feel rested, and I feel full of carbs, so that's a good sign. Listen, I've been out in Manhattan many times at this hour, unfortunately, and the city never looks like this. People walking around with bags. Everybody's going to the marathon. Everybody's trying to find their ride from Midtown down to the starting line. It's pretty cool. Feels safe, actually.
So once you get to the starting line, there are people everywhere, and the vibe there is really cool, so it's not the worst place to hang out. But at that time in the morning, it's still kind of cold out, and I was just geared on trying to find a warm place to hang out and find the VIP tent, which I was fortunately enough to have access to thanks to New Balance. But I just wanted to find it, get in there, get comfortable, and just enjoy the vibe in there.
All right, so we made it to the starting line. The buses dropped us off. It wasn't that bad getting in here, but this place is packed. Now the people at New Balance have hooked me up with access to the new the VIP tent, so I'm heading there now. Now, one of the downfalls of running a marathon in November is that it's always cold. So when you get tent access, it is key and so important. That way you can stay warm. And the most important thing, you have access to a bathroom.
So one of the most important things to do before the race, especially down here in the marathon start, is find a bathroom. And as you can imagine, there are a lot of people there, so the bathroom situation sometimes isn't the most positive. But in the tent, the great thing about it is that there's access to the bathrooms in the back. If you don't have access to a situation like this, I suggest you get there as early as possible and get in the Jiffy Johns first, second, third. Don't wait till the lines start to back up, and obviously don't wait till they get used that often. But for me, the most important thing to do before a marathon or a long run is get 2 bathroom trips in. One at the hotel and one near the starter line, because that's the last thing you want to worry about when you're running a marathon.
All right, so about 10 minutes from start time, they're calling my corral now. I feel good, I'm fueled up. I went to the bathroom 3 times, 2 2s and 3 1s. I feel ready to go. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited. We're about 10 minutes from start time. Starting at the bottom of the bridge. Gotta be careful for the P off the side. Stay in the middle. It's a little cold, but we're ready to go.
So many runners, including Mike, here at the start line. We've got Road.
By this point, it was 4 miles in and I felt no issue at all. I actually felt really good. At that point, I felt like I was gonna finish the race strong, and I felt like all the training came into play. Didn't feel any of the issues that I would feel later on, but I was happy at 4 miles in.
All right, so about 4.5 miles in, had to stop and go pee. Feeling really good, really comfortable. The weather's perfect, but again, feel great. Welcome to Brooklyn.
This is about 15.5 miles in. We're at the top of the bridge. It's the 59th Street Bridge. It's about 15 miles, 16 miles in, and this is coming off a long incline that's almost 2 miles long. And I was still feeling somewhat good, but I started to feel the pain. I could feel the pain in my hip, and I started to get a little thirsty, which was not really a great sign. I didn't realize at that point that after this is when the wheels were gonna start to fall off.
All right, we're at about mile 15.5, heading down towards 16. We were on the bridge, going good. Weather's perfect, look, amazing view. Legs are a little tired, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely a little thirsty, but I feel pretty good considering. 10 more miles left, almost there.
Let's recap. First half of the race, I felt great. Mile 16, hit a wall and I wasn't feeling good. I struggled through miles 16 to 20, not great. I started to run really slow, started to take a lot of breaks, and miles 20 to 26 were just absolute misery. But I finished.
Just finished. Longer than I thought. 15 to 23 was a struggle. My hip is killing me, but I'm just happy I finished. Feel very accomplished. Feel really good. Thank you to everybody who supported me. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you to New Balance. Thank you to my family for putting up with all the running. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I'll check that. Oh yeah.
So the end of a marathon is always, I feel, consistent for everybody. It's an emotional place. You start thinking about all the months of training. You start thinking about all the miles you ran. You start thinking about all the people who helped you get there. Specifically and especially if you raise money for a charity. You start thinking about the ups and downs of the day, whether you had a good day, a bad day, a painful day, or a non-painful day. It all comes together at the end. I think we all go through that time when you run a marathon, a half marathon, or any race where you think this is miserable. But you finish that race and you feel amazing, you feel accomplished. And for me, I'm not an emotional guy like that, but at the end of that race, I felt so emotional and I felt super accomplished. And I had a blast, and clearly I had a blast last year because I am back this year for the 2019 race. But that was my 2018 journey for the New York City Marathon. See you guys in a couple days.
Cool.